Right, so guys, welcome back to another one of my videos today, and today is the first video of 2020. So we're going to kick the first video off of 2020 with this. This is my bike. If you have been observant already in the video, you will notice there is no cassette or chain on this. They are here being degreased, ready for this video. In this video we're going to be doing a complete strip down of the bike, and we are going to be putting new parts in it. Like, we're going to be putting a new tyre on the front and moving the front tyre to the rear, bleeding the brakes, and we've got new cables for the whole bike. We've also got some of this which I bought, which is lithium grease, which is gonna go in the shifters and different things like that to make sure they're shifting smoothly. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to strip this bike down to all the bare components. So we just got the frame and everything like that. So I think this is called for a time lapse, a very, very, very long time lapse. So start the time lapse. So it's the next day and my bike is in absolute bits. Like, when I mean in bits, I mean in bits. Like, that's the chainstay, and there's the seat stay, and there's the front triangle. So when I say in bits, I mean in absolute bits. I have degreased all of the bearings in the frame and re-greased them. For the linkage, I've got a fully cleaned and degreased cassette, so that's fully degreased and cleaned, so it's nice and not very nice and shiny because it is old and it's all been weared away, but it's nice. I've also got cleaned brakes. I've cleaned my brakes out. Still need to bleed them later on. All my bike parts have been cleaned up and degreased like that. That's all degreased and they all work nicely. My wheels, I have also done my hub so it sounds even louder, if you can hear that. Sounds very nice. So I've cleaned all them. I'm going to do the tyres as well today with the Stan's No Tube sealant. As you saw from a little montage, my bike is in absolute bits all over here. I've got my shock, which I've cleaned out and everything, and I've got all like derailleur things and my cranks, everything like that. So the job now is to get all this back onto the bike. The first job I'm going to tackle is going to be changing the tyres over, which is going to be a big pain in the arse because you've got to do all the sealant and everything. So let's get started on changing the tyres over. Let's tilt you down so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm gonna grab my levers, which are in my riding pack from the last ride. The levers. So I'm gonna put the valve at the bottom. So I'm just gonna use an old flannelly rag thing here. I'm just going to go around the outside of it and clean it off. There we go. So now you've got a clean rim. Now I'm going to do exactly the same with the front tyre, and then move this tyre onto that rim. So I'll be back with you in 2 seconds. So that's the bit you've all been waiting for, the pump. So make sure nothing leaking out anywhere. She's holding air. Oh, finally. After seating the bead by hand, she works. There we go. put about 40 in it. There we go. There we go. That's the noise you want to hear. So we can unbox this one. Put that one over to the side to cure. And we can get going on this DHF. On the valve stem, aligned with the Maxxis logo. Right, so I'm gonna get this bad boy on the front. That'll do. It's always worth having a go. Oh, of course it goes and seals, doesn't it? Jesus Christ. Of course it goes and seals. That's made it a bit easier, hasn't it, then, for... Ooh! Yeah, that's made it a bit easier. So, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get the frame back together, which is not going to be that pleasant, I'm guessing, just because of how hard it was to get apart. Let's start. So last time I checked in with you, I didn't have the bars on, I didn't have the shock on, I didn't have the cranks on, and I didn't have the dropper on. I've now put all that on so it's a bit easy to hold there. They are like butter going around there. Really, really, really smooth. You can hear the bearings going around inside. So that's really good. Next things we want to get on is the derailleur. So we're going to flip the bike around. We're going to get the derailleur done, all cabled up and everything, and then we got the final thing to do is the brakes, and then we can whack the wheels on. Hey presto, bike fully serviced. So I've now put the rear mech on, which is working excellently with the new cable in it. I'm now going to go and put all the brakes on. Once I put the brakes on, and once I've bled them, then I will get back to you guys for putting the wheels on and finishing the final little details. So I'll see you guys in a bit. So I'm done after about 4 hours. Here she is. She's all clean. She's sounding extra loud, and the brakes are working extra good. Like if you look at the back one, straight on. Everything's been serviced. All the bearings are nice and smooth now, except that one right there, which I need to replace in the near future, but it'll last a couple of months. Hub's been serviced, everything's been degreased and re-lubed. I've got my fresh wax on here, which I'll leave to dry tonight. I've got fresh cables on here, and I've not gone for the tape this time because the tape takes lots of time to take on and off. So I've gone for these little bits you get with Jaguar, which keep the cables together, which is very nice. Everything's nice and smooth on the bike now. All the suspension's dead plush. I've raised my seat by about 10mm, which makes my climbing height a bit higher, but it's a lot easier to pedal now. As you know, I've got the new tyre on the front, which went on really easily to the rim. It slipped onto the bead without any persuasion. However, on the other hand, this little bugger took about half an hour to get on the rim because it's already been used, the tyre. I've cleaned off the where it says Minion DHR with a bit of white spirit, so it's the same tone of white. It's slightly yellower compared to that one, but it's whiter than it was yellow. I should be getting a new shock pretty soon, and I might be getting a new seat, I don't know yet. But the next big thing I need to do with this bike is brake pads is one big thing, and I need to service the bearings and get some new bearings in it, and then that should be fine, and the bike should be fine for another couple of years. So this has been my basically overhaul of my bike for 2019 for 2020. So I hope you enjoyed the first video of the year. There'll be next video will be coming out, will most definitely be a riding video, my first ride of 2020. It'll just be a local ride called Cody Cheshire, which is quite funny, the name. It's just like Cody Brennan and Betsy Cody, all that kind of thing. Hope you enjoyed this video. My name's Ellis as always. Remember to keep on riding and keep on smiling, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.